So we could just continue with this one. Or we could continue with a real box. So what do you think, people, if you're still here? Decide. Oh, we're almost at 5:55. Also, I do have my family to think about. Well, let's actually just do this for a tiny bit more. And then I will go and make my window so I can have airflow tomorrow. I know I said the same thing yesterday, but then I streamed to past midnight, so it didn't be. And today I'm not going to stream till past midnight. That's a fact, right? I will never stream that long. Never. Here you can see the chat. The combined one. So I do actually have it up here. So I should notice if someone sent something on YouTube. Let's save this. There, I'll just minimize it because it's important to-do lists that we can't currently continue on because we need to wait. We need to wait for this 8 hours now, not 7 or not 9. Let's go. Notes. I already had this for NetStart. I don't think I need more. I feel content with what I have. We can see the PID program name column is empty as the process is owned by another user. Below is the same command round with root privileges that reveals this information as. Yeah. So that's also the thing, that you can't see some things without root, and you're probably trying to get root when you use them, right? Well, you might have several machines, but I've not gotten that far yet. Interface statistics. So, should I add all of these things to my notes, or should I just use the help file if I need them? I'm leaning towards help file, but we can also make a netstat note if I don't already have one. I might. Do I have netstat? Yeah, I do. Do I already have all of this? Yes, I do, because I have the help here. So, I've changed how I do this a bit. This is old notes. So I usually now do help here. And just nothing here. This is just the normal stuff. So the reason I had it like this is because you can then minimize that a bit. But the help is usually the longest thing you have. There could be also examples of things there with output data. What I'm thinking is I can just throw these in there, and then we don't have it in our main file. So let's do THM, meaning I will reshape this information later when I feel like it. But now I know this is TryHackMe. So I'm not taking all the examples, or rather the images. So I'm not even reading it again. I'm just getting it all for now, and I can check this up later. Let's also copy the URL, so in case I wouldn't want to look at an image or anything, I can do that. So, find. This is very good. I like learning more about find. because it's such a good tool and very, very useful, you know. So if we go back here to the main one, I do have several find commands, and I just added one. So where is my new one? This is my new one. Me like. Do you know what this one does? It goes through a directory, like we could do point here instead, but I want to have directory name here, so we can do this. I don't know which one is their name. Make it obvious here, and then we can, for example, search for username and pass in all text files and in executables using strings when it's an executable. What do you think? Kinda cool, right? Well, this is not as applicable here with the C5. It might be, though. It might be. So I actually tested and used this yesterday. It started with me thinking of something like that, and then I asked ChatGPT to help with the format of, because I'm not great at bash scripting things and making this a one-liner thing, you know. So it seemed to work. I found I knew that I had the one script already on my machine because I recognized it. I had the link was marked as C, you know, purple. So I know it was. I was there already. So we have lots of fine things there already. But this is specifics about find. So let's make sure that we have find. I don't have anything in my find notes specifically here because I have it all in my main start here file. So let's kind of do a similar thing here, right? Read it and tell me if I speed up too much. I can slow down, and I want not to speak too fast in case someone wants to see this as a YouTube video sometime in the future. So the find command, searching the target system for important information and potential privilege escalation vectors can be fruitful. The built-in find command is useful and worth keeping in your arsenal. Below are some useful examples for the find command. Find files. Find current directory, name flag1.txt. Find the file name flag1.txt in the current directory. Well, you know where it is already, apparently. They're just giving us examples. Find home name flag.txt in the home directory. And find is recursive by default, but it doesn't say. You don't have to do anything to make it recursive. Find the directory named config under the root. Find type F with permissions 777. All user read, write, execute. Find perm AX, all executable file. Find home user flag. We can. This is very basic, but we can add this as like examples there. And I might change because it's not. I wouldn't say in, I would say under. Right? Because it's not just in this, it's in this and the ones under. In and under. Find the files, find the directory. These are two. This one I'll just delete, right? We know current directory. next example is home, which might be useful because if we can read it and it's in one of the user directories, that could actually be useful. In the root, find type D directory, name config. Find the directory named config under. Find files with 777. Find executable. Find all files for user Frank under home. So this will be like a directory tree of, and also, right, it's just the file names here. This will be a mess. What I have done is that I have changed it to be LSL here, meaning you will get the full path of the files. That's very nice. Here, files that were modified for the last 10 days, files that were accessed the last 10 days, files that were changed within the last hour. So this is very, very good, and I have already copied it. This command can also be used with plus and minus signs to specify a file that is larger or smaller than a given size. Yeah. Hi there. So, welcome in. Welcome in. I only have TTS for Twitch so far. I'll see what I can do about it. So let me actually hop over to so I can see this. Welcome in. And mute it. So hi, I can see you. Welcome in. Quick research. Just my hub just came through the door, so I'll just say hi.
De hade ju bara 2. Jag köpte dem och tänkte hellre än ingenting. Det var billigt. Men jag ska se om jag kan hitta en annan biltema på vägen så att jag kan komplettera.
Jag tror det fanns biltema i Karlstad. Och inget kommer från bilen.
Nej, inte än. Men jag ser ju samtidigt på AdBlue-mätaren så ser jag att den har inte ändrats. Nu är det inte så, den ökar inte så mycket. Men den har verkligen noll. Det säger hur mycket, jag ser mätare mycket. En tankmätare, det är bara någon nivå på.
Och AdBlue är 2.
Nej, den är ju fullt. Det säger mätaren. Men den säger att du kan köra 10 000 kilometer. Exakt. Jag har kört med 2 dygn. Det är så här 9 minuter. Nej, jag vet inte exakt när.
Det kanske var så att det var så här mycket. Mätaren mäter som max här.
Och så när jag sa då att pumpa mäkar varje. Så att om den inte kluppar ut något bättre utan minskar ingenting heller.
Nej.
Men jag kan inte göra så mycket mer än köra tills den gnäller.
Men man har heller att bli i bensinen.
Nej, eller diesel där då. Men det spelar ingen roll. Det är liksom, de sa att de kan koppla bort allting. Bilen funkar ju utan det här. Det är bara att det är en elektronisk inställning att den ska skicka in den.
Jag tänker mest bara att man stänger av den. Och så säger man bara att jag tror heller inte manuellt. Då är det säkert det också.
Ja, men det går inte att göra. Det är liksom jättesmå droppar med vattnet. Det går inte att göra på.
Men det kan inte separera också.
Så bilen nu håller på och det måste man bli igång med massa. Men den stänger inte gnällt.
så jag ska gå tillbaka dit.
Har du snackat med sociala för skolan här
jag och Jens pratade nu, jag bestämt att vi pratar med honom. Precis innan så frågade jag så det läste den information som fanns i det. Så för du vet hur mycket du kan och så. Nej, det är för tidigt. Och så var det helt så nej, då vill jag inte. Det var för tidigt på dagen. Ja, men jag sa det är inte för sent. Jag kan vänta det. Jag kan prata senare och så. Det är ju inte förrän den tredje. Mm. So, yeah, I think I'll close my door for a bit. And yeah, I'm sorry you couldn't hear me, but I was just talking a bit. He came home from work, you know. So he's actually going to the country house in a bit, like 2 days probably. Right, it's 19. 19 means this pops up. So a reminder. Yeah, so let's continue. I'm thinking the size one is in here, right? So we don't have to add anything new. The example above, the returns files are larger than 100 megabytes. It's important to note that the find command tends to generate errors, which sometimes makes the output hard to read. This is why it would be wise to use the find command with type F2 to null. That redirects it to null. Don't know. To have a cleaner output. There. So let's just add +2 to the list, right? We can add the 100 one. So let's do +100. So there's a difference. Well, that's not good size. Find files with a size of less than, right? And with a size of more than 100. So I tend to fix people's typos. No, it's just I worked with that too much, you know. Folders and files that can be written to or executed from. This is nice because this is one of the things that I have on my list to find. If we look at my notes again here, in this I have here find the actual command to put here, right? So write exec perm directories. This is, I need to learn more about find. So I think actually all of these are interesting. And we can also see that it has the same comment, all of them, and that they say executed. Already sneezing on its way. I'll see. I'll just suddenly sneeze the camera out of the window. So, world of writable folders. Yes, this is not that. This is perm222. This is perm OW. Right. Directories. So all of these are directories. But I'm not sure about this one. We'll see. Let's just make sure that we fill out D, because I assumed D, but I didn't find it. I actually looked in the help and it wasn't in there. It wasn't in there. So there's nothing about what the types are in here. I actually even looked in man, I think, and I failed. I could have googled, but I was like doing other stuff. Now I start again, right? Let's see if I need a bit of. I have realized I had this left from Christmas. Then you're allowed to eat it, right? I'm trying to be healthy though, so some chocolate. Okay, so it is actually the same, right? Okay, sure. Let's update again. Let's undo what I removed. So, the reason that we see 3 different find commands that could potentially lead to the same result can be seen as a result. It can be seen in the manual document. As you can see below, the perm parameter affects the way find works. Though, as you can see below, this is kind of tiny. I don't know if you can see. Perm mode and perm mode with a dash before. Files permission bits are exactly mode, octal or symbolic. Okay. So I was thinking this one is -O, and here we have A equals to X. So there's lots of different syntax. Here we have perm 0777. Here we have perm minus might be instead of the 0 then, but I don't know. There are so many variations, right? Oh. I get so many notifications. So let's see here. I just got a request for a change in meeting time, and I got it a few hours ago, so let me check. Let's just quickly check this with my calendar. So my nose is so itchy from allergies. Sorry. So where is it? Well,
Fixerbot says.
New follower as ZyZebc789.
Oh, thank
Less
you.
than 3.
Welcome in. I'm not yet used to having several here, and also I need to make Streamerbot notifications, right? We need to have YouTube stuff. So the 29th, I'll have to check this with my hubby. So they want to have, it's for a kids meeting, you know. Just removing a few notifications. I didn't have anything else that's important here that I missed. So there, I think that's like all of it, right? There. So, oh my god, sorry, my nose just totally itches. It's the birch trees. They're the big problem. So in this, I guess I wouldn't call this examples anymore because, well, it is kind of like it's just a loss of commands, and I have that in other places. So let's just leave it there. I'll close the calendar again so you don't have to. We don't have to mess with that too. So let's see what's the difference between perm mode and perm dash mode and other things here. Files permission bits are exactly mode, octal or symbolic, since an exact match is required. If you want to use this form for symbolic modes, you may have to specify a rather complex mode string. For example, perm G equals W will only match files which have mode 0020. That is, ones for which group write permission are the only permission set. It is more likely that you will want to use the slash or dash forms. For example, perm minus G is easier to say, right, and understand when I read. Minus G equals W, which matches any file with group write permission. See the example sections for some illustrative examples. And then the minus mode. All of the permission bits mode are set for the file. Symbolic modes are accepted in this form, and this is usually the way in which you would want them. You must specify U, G, and O if you use the symbolic mode. So this didn't tell me much. This told me that if we use perm G equals W, we won't get what we want. We don't want that, right? We will never want that. We have to use a dash too. We don't know anything about the slash yet. Let's see. That there is so much to find. Wonderful. So the reason, yeah, that's for the image. Find root perm minus O, and there's no equals here, X. Type D. Find world executable folders. So this is the command that I was looking for, that I wanted to my notes, that I didn't have time to really type when I saw someone typing it. And that person was Gar, and I should have asked him, but I haven't done that yet. Yeah, so here we have like find type D. They just have type D after it, so we can just minus O, and then they don't have an equal. So space and equal, we don't know if that's the same or not. So let's remove that. We need to find the command. So we will need to try this command out, right? And we do have this box running. We can add another hour there. So let's look. I think we're still SSH'd into there. So if we do this, we didn't get anything. I was thinking it might be, oh yeah, so it's other. Which would be kind of normal, I guess. So too bad they didn't have example output for all the commands. Find development tools and support languages. Okay. Find specific file permissions. Yeah, we can copy these to the find, and also remember it that this exists. We don't have to be like, oh my god, where did GCC this exist? I mean, if I would try to find it, I would just try to run it. But if it's not in the path, or you're in some kind of odd shell which doesn't have a path or whatever, you know, it might be useful to search. So why don't I open both instead? I pop back and forth there. So, and everybody, if you're on YouTube, on Twitch I have more links, and also links to my Discord. So my first purpose for this was to actually get a backup of my streams on YouTube without having to manually export it. But I guess I will set up stuff for YouTube. I will. Like there will be alerts, you know, if someone will subscribe or things. But I don't have it yet. I didn't even think of it until like an hour ago or something, right? So right, I did the wrong copy, I think. There, it got the same, became the same thing. And this one doesn't have a dash before, and these have no headers, so let's actually give these an extra space there as they had. That's okay. So find specific file permissions. Below is a short example used to find files that have the suid bit set. The suid bit allows a file to run with a privilege level of the account that owns it rather than the account which runs it. This allows for an interesting privilege escalation path. We will see in more details in task 6. The example below is given to complete the subject on the find command. Let's see. So this is like things I know, but I just realized now when we're actually doing this, let's add this to the title here. There. So just updating the title. I'll see if I can actually do this here too. I'm learning YouTube slowly. I click live. I click edit here. I add that. So there. And then we save. And then when I'm done, it will automatically have the correct date. This is wonderful. I don't have to keep setting dates for all the things. There. So let's continue. I'm sorry for scrolling up so far. So find. That's my air cleaner if you can hear it. It started thinking air needed. These are probably pollens like crazy here. Find specific file permissions. Below, yeah, I did read this, but I don't know if this explanation was good.
Time to move it, move it. 5 high jumps redeemed.
Sure. And I click there and it's you go echo again. You're allowed. There's no limits. You can do it all the time. Every 5 minutes if you want to. And if I go crazy from it, I'll just turn it off. So high jump time. Making my brain up, right? That's the purpose. You can't just sit all day. You need to move sometimes. So movement. So I'm doubling it. There. As if I'm not warm enough. So, the use of this is very good. This is a very good thing. There are also SG IDs. They don't have them here. Which allows us to run the file with higher privilege level than the current user. I'm actually not going to add this, because I have better stuff in my notes already. So let's add here what I have in this file, because this is better stuff. So here, this is my special one that finds both SUID and SG IDs, and that means that we also can do the group. And there are different ways to find these. Are let's move this one lower. So I thought I had changed this, or I didn't have. So I removed the other ones. Right. Sorry. I should say everything, right? So, what we don't have here is actually in this one. So here I have the more basic ones too. And this is the one that they had in the room. If I can tab right. They have perm US. And here we have perm US. So it's this one. But this one does it all. Both. But it also lists the full file names here. Which is better. Or rather, it doesn't only list the full file name, it also lists the permissions for the file and the file size, you know, all the things. All the things. LS long list and simply. So let's add this also there. Not there, but... So did I have anything else? Alright, I have lots of other things here. So these are them one by itself, and these are both. And I'm not convinced anymore that this is a perfect one. But the exec L here, this bit is perfect. What I'm not sure is perfect is actually the output is longer, you know? But you can see all the permissions for all the files and see what is what. So it doesn't matter that it's longer in that way. It's just that you kind of get overwhelmed by lots of files and which are the normal ones, which are not normal. So I'm actually going to, check stuff more. I'm going to make more long commands that you can just paste on a box, like the one, like this one. Alright? So you don't have to type it all. That's it. So let's go back to the room. General Linux commands. As we are in the Linux realm, familiarity with Linux command in general will be very useful. Please spend some time on getting comfortable with commands such as find, locate, grep, cut, sort, etc. So, let's quickly look. Do I have... well, grep is great, but it's definitely not here. Locate is the one I was thinking of. I don't think I have it here either. No, because it's Linux Basics, and Linux Basic is down here. I think I have locate somewhere. Anyway, here I have sort, and this is sort unique, which is kind of nice. But of course there will be other sort things, so this is just this image. So let's actually remove this from that, and we can have sort general here. We can add help here. I also have grep. These are probably from a room, right? Because I didn't want to add put lots of time into the basic commands. So let's do the questions. What is the host name of the target system? So then we do host name. See if we can do this all without cheating and looking at the notes, or not definitely looking at the room, but only at the notes possibly. Right? So I just updated it, and we got, this was the first question today. This one was, have you seen such a long text room? Well, there's lots of images too, I guess, but still. What is the kernel version? So since we already have this up from running a uname, and you know, it actually just logging in. So I'm just thinking I run something else too here. Yeah, it's this one. Whatever. Let's copy this text. Sorry for not switching. So I'm just going to copy this. And this is from running previously to test stuff. So let's go back. What Linux is this? Then we have this name, which we have in several places. Here, Pretty name, for example, it's also here with etc issue. We didn't run the one where you can see the GCC and information on that. Yeah, it'll ask stuff here more. So let's submit that. What version of Python language is installed? Then we're not going to scroll up. But to actually look at the notes, but I believe that they talk about the... This wouldn't show the Perl version, would it? I'm just thinking, is there anything we did that could possibly find this? And I don't think so. But we could just run Perl, you know, but... So, what happens if I would to type Perl? I were to be this. So, if we were to paste this, we were to find information about the Perl version, right? So, permission, we have all of this permission denied, so we should have added the normal. Let's see. sorry, I'm switching. I'm just copying this, so we don't want all the errors. Why would we ever want all the errors, right? So let's run it again with the no errors. So now we get all the actual replies. Starting here, none of the errors. And we see here 518.2. So let's copy that. And paste. We could have typed that, I guess, right? This is actually wrong. Because I noticed this just when I was typing, that it says no digit dot digit dot digit. So why would that be wrong? And let's run the command that shows us the information. The other one I was thinking of first. No, not scrolling up here. We're going to look here into the start here and the cat proc version. This is the one we want. See? So I don't remember it showing this, but I might just like erased Perl information from my brain since it's Perl. I don't see anything. I only see GCC version. Am I blind? Because this is the command it gave us. Right, so let's actually search in here for Perl and see if we have any other hits on these two, and we don't. We have this, and we have the question, right? But it's Python. Where did I get that from? It was here too. Because this, I read Perl here, and then it's Python. And okay, I'm just sorry. Maybe I should go to sleep.
It asks Python version.
It asked Python version, so why didn't I look for that? Well, then we can use its command, right? We can't go up and down. We'll have to go back here and look at the find notes, and I fixed both of them, you know? I was actually in this line.
Goaku says,
should I go to bed?
Trash puppy help.
Trash puppy help. So, here, let's go. So what does that mean? Trash puppy help. Does she need help? Do I need help? So now we have lots there. Why did I do Perl? Well, I guess it's good practice, but my brain was apparently not really on. Should I stop streaming?
She can help.
Yeah.
Trish can help.
We don't want help. You know that. If anyone helps me, I will not be happy. Unless that, dude, you read wrong. You read the question wrong. That's totally okay. Help. So I'm just reading all of it, you know. So because this
Ask
is a good opportunity.
GPT.
What version is installed on this machine? So the first thing, of course, is to check the version, you know, just from Python. We have Python 2 and Python 3. So what I'm trying to do is to use only the commands in the room. So if we do which Python here, we get that's Python, and if we do like Python,
Victor says,
help.
Python version.
Yeah. Then we get the help, and then we can find. I'm trying to be pedagogical here. And then we can see all the things. And capital V
Goaku
is version.
says,
Python 3 is Python 3. Python is Python 2.7.
Yeah, but which does it want? We don't know yet. Or do you think that it would say which Python 3 version is it? Capital V, and then we have 276. We'll see if this is correct now. So do you think they will change the question to be what Python 3? Because the machine apparently has both, you know? And we always run Python with Python 3. So this is like a hard question here, right? No, my goodness. Well, I was guessing I would just type it. So we don't stop there. We do Python 3. No, I'm typing in the wrong place. So we do Python 3. And we do help. And we look at the help for Python 3. Which is shorter. We have the same for version. There. And then we do it. And we can't enter any information because it's already answered. And this is 340, and both should be correct, right? But I don't think it would be. I'm sorry, the sweat is just running down my face. What vulnerability seem to affect the kernel of the target system? Oh, nice. So we're supposed to continue looking here. Sweaty. So I'm just thinking, yeah, did we do anything in this room for this? I don't think so. So usually the questions, they go on this, but since the last room was about CVEs, I was kind of curious if there was anything on this one too. But we'll just search it, you know. So let's go back here, or rather, let's lazy ourselves and just copy the version here, because this is the kernel version. And it wanted us to use several search engines. So we use Google instead. Automated enumeration tools is the next bit. Oh, this was a short introduction, I guess. So, several tools can help you, just making sure you're on my screen. It can help you save time during the enumeration process. These tools should only be used to save time, knowing they may miss some privileged escalation vectors. Below is a list of popular Linux enumeration tools with links to their respective GitHub repositories. The target system's environment will influence the tool you will be able to use. For example, you will not be able to run a tool written in Python if it's not installed on the system. This is why it would be better to be familiar with a few rather than having a single go-to tool. So, I'm not sure I've used this one. Or maybe these. Or rather, I have just used them kind of when they tell me to, because I prefer trying to learn all the details myself. When I know all the details, then I can use a tool. So, or if I go to the end of my start here list, there's supposed to be the tools there, but now we have put stuff after, so this is supposed to be at the bottom. We can add more to the list there. There. And these are their own kind of empty ones here. Lots of information there. It's not like you need lots of information because you can just Google, but this is supposed to be informational. I'm assuming that there is more information. Is there? No? Just the links? So let's actually just copy this. And think of it as a link list that we can use if we ever want to, right? We have these links. Oh my goodness. There. So in case... oh, also there. Why would people pull this? Sorry. I'll just fix this. Yeah, so it went to the full one. So the link worked. So if I remove the character here and click, it still works. So I was just like, this one didn't seem complete. Oh, it continues on the next line. Because this is just what it says. Why do it like this? There. So a tiny bit of notes fixing, because this is... yeah. Seriously here. So this one looks like this. This one looks like this. So why is it there twice? I think this is just a bug. So the other ones looks okay. Sorry. We could just have... there. So and this is one internal link and this is an external link, but they are to the same one. So let's just there. So apparently I will later add this into this instead, because this is an empty page. The question is now, how sweaty can I be and still stream? Because it is... I should have a thermometer, you know, on stream. We'll have to fix that. Project to do, right? Because I'm so sweaty, it's like crazy. Yeah, I need a shower redeem. My hair is getting wet, and it's not like because I just showered, because I did this morning. No, it's just from me.
Off screen.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to shower on stream. It's more like turning stream off if that redeem would go through.
It's the lights.
Yeah, and it's LED lights, but it's still warm. It is. But most of all, it is that because I'm allergic, I can't just open the windows. Now when it's getting later, it's kind of cold outside. It's getting colder at least. Let's see, what does it say that it's supposed to be outside now? It's supposed to be like 22, 23 outside now. No, probably just 20 and a half. There. So something like that. So let's continue. Install and try a few. I'm not going to do that now. I have tried the two first. At least I might have tried others, but I don't remember all of the ones I've tried. So kernel exploit, like the one we searched here. So I didn't close it on purpose. Yeah, we need to terminate this machine and start a new one. There, we can start this. The system is going down for power off now. Cool. I haven't seen this for like 20 years. Oh no, it's another one of these. I think we will be able to SSH, right? Yeah. We don't want the split screen, it's annoying. So, we'll get a new IP soon in 20 seconds. And it'll be something similar. And we still have Karen in password 1. It's a password. 5 seconds. I was thinking, should I start reading? But it's not like we wait for a long time. 185.55. Yes. Password 1. When it comes with absolutely no warranty. Privilege escalation ideally leads to root privileges. This can sometimes be achieved simply by exploiting an existing vulnerability, or in some cases by accessing another user account that has more privileges, information, or access. Unless a single vulnerability leads to root shell, the privilege escalation process will rely on misconfigurations and lacks permissions. The kernel Linux systems manages the communication between components such as the memory on the system and applications. This critical function requires the kernel to have specific privileges. Thus, a successful exploit will potentially lead to root privileges. The kernel exploit methodology is simple. Identify the kernel version. Search and find an exploit code for the kernel version on the target system. Run the exploit. And I just thought, this is a new box. They might not have the same kernel, but also we just saw it roll past, right? So I think it was the same one. 3.13. Oh, yeah, it's the same one. Although it looks simple, please remember that a failed kernel exploit can lead to a system crash. Make sure this potential outcome is acceptable within the scope of your penetration testing engagement before attempting a kernel exploit. Research sources. Based on your finding, you can use Google to search for an existing exploit code. Sources such as Linux kernel CVEs.com can also be useful. So let's open that. Another alternative would be to use a script like LES, Linux Exploit Suggester. But remember that these tools can generate false positives, report a kernel vulnerability that does not affect the target system, or false negative, not report any kernel vulnerabilities, although the kernel is vulnerable. Hints notes. Being too specific about the kernel version when searching for exploit on Google, ExploitDB, or SearchBloit. Be sure you understand how to exploit code works before you launch it. Some exploit codes may make changes to an operating system that would make them unsecured in further use, or make irreversible changes to the system, creating problems later. Of course, these may not be great concerns within a lab or CTF environment, but these are absolutely no-nos during a real penetration testing engagement. Some exploits may require further interaction once they are run. Read all comments and instructions provided with exploit code. You can transfer the exploit code from your machine to the target system using the simple HTTP server, Python module, and wget, respectively. Yeah, we get lots of hints. So we already found one, and this was not found. Yeah, so the site didn't exist. So
More
let's
ads
see how
hub.
old this is. Oh, more ads. Is that more redeems? So we have almost 1,000 days and the site doesn't exist. It doesn't matter, you know? We already even have one here. We know it's the CVE that was suggested on the page because we got the right answer here, and we don't have a lot. Let's look at this one. We could also look at this, of course. We didn't look at ExploitDB. So this is a it's like a repo of exploits, sorted on year. Let's also click this one. So there's only 2 in this one. So this is for, we can see hours here, 3 1 or 3:13:0 24. So 3:13 we have it here. Yes. Yes, love. Du vill ha kyckling? För det luktar kyckling. Det luktar gott. Okej. Okej, jag fixar det där. Det är snart slut, så det är väl. Det är bara 2 stycken kvar. there. So I'll leave my door open for a bit. Yeah, right, so if we didn't find anything, or if this one is not good when we read, we could always not do all the full name. So I'm sorry for going to the family a bit, right? So there. So. So let's see, is this the same one? 1328. 1328. So it was the same one. Their number there too. That's that number, right? So this is the same too. OFSC. OFSC. So this is interesting to look at. So well, let's get this one. Right, so now we actually if we clone this, we get 1,000,000 ones, you know? Right. So let's actually look at this. Though I don't have a good experience of using just copy paste on these. But I'm assuming it's the same file as here. Yeah. So I prefer to take something from GitHub. And it's actually in the code here. Oh gosh. I've been zooming, you know, on GitHub, and the selection and the lines. Let's go back to 100, and then it fits. It fits the lines. Embarrassing for GitHub. Very embarrassing. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember to forget the G, so I remember the name of my unwinding and not unwinding channel, right? We'll see if I ever get there. So, right, you're here. Good. So let's mousepad, paste, save as. Just copying the CV number. No, I failed. That was funny. I selected this, and what I got was the N here and Ubuntu 12 dot. So let's copy it from the URL instead. This is safe. Don't zoom on GitHub to make people see it easier on stream. Bad idea. So now we will get coloring too. And we will have an instruction here on what to do. So after running this one, our ID should change here to be root. So let's see what it actually does. Doesn't say much. Does it say anything more here? So let's also look at the other one. Does this one have more information on how the exploit works? I would assume not. This is just a garble, horrible look of this. Oh. The aesthetics. Taking 3 times as long to read when it's a bad page, right? Not that there's much information here. And not that there's much information here. We could read this, but now we can read this. So let's see what it does. First, I don't think it was long, right? So maybe it's not interesting for people to read this. The number of
Fixerbot says,
New follower, the Cyber Mentee.
welcome
Less
in,
than 3.
welcome in. So, define lib include. So, exploit work. Might learn something about kernels here. I'm not going to dig into it too much. Don't worry. Don't worry. I can spend time on this. I'm just going to quickly read.
Potatops says, oh, what are you working on? Just here.
So this is an old CVE from 2015. So this is an exploit. And there's nothing on what it actually does as information, so sounds funny that if it managed to use all of these in this tiny bit of code. That's advanced. So let's just run it.
May I see it? I've experience with exploits.
Didn't you see it? You can see the page if you want. This is an old one. So this is just the code here. But we got it from. This is
I didn't.
links.
I just
this.
came back. D.
Okay. So this is it on GitHub here. The same thing. I think this text is kinda tinier, even though I've zoomed it so I can't select things. I found this bug here today. GitHub is horrible on that. So if you want to see it, you can look here, or you can just download it, you know. I can send the link. So, there.
Fixit says,
So you can look at it
web link.
if you want to. I'm thinking it will be boring for most people
Potatops
if I
says,
look too much.
ah, thanks. Checking it now.
So, the only thing that the instruction really says is that we're supposed to run this. So, Right, let's look where it is first. So where did I save it? I call it cve.c at least, right? So we only have one .c here. Also 2015. So let's just there. So I think I'll actually look at my notes because let's see. Let's swap screens there. So shouldn't I have it here possibly? Like, no, maybe not. Oh, it doesn't matter. We can just type. I think it's the... I just used it the other day, but you know... Oh, I scrolled much too far up. Right, we don't need to use this. I just realized. Because we're SSHing, right? So we could just use that instead. But now we already did this. So why not then? I'll search in my notes instead. So here's, I'm copying what or rather I'm going to type what I...
Ah, it's an interesting priv escape.
10.18.21.236 and colon 8000. And then we have, let's copy the name because I don't want to type all this. You're on the right screen, right? There. So there. Yeah, we don't have to do the where it's going to or anything. Permission denied because we're in a bad directory. So if, all right.
You have local access / unprivileged user on the system?
We start that way. This is a learning room. So we start. Can I set the directory for wget to send to? Let's see. Let's copy this. And this is SSH, but we don't have a good shell. You can see it's very odd. Very odd. So could I do like TMP? No. I forgot that. Yeah, we're on TMP now. So if I do this, now we should get the file, and then we do so I'm just hopping back to TryHackMe here again. So Right, so that's... No, I wasn't going to TryHackMe, I was going to the actual... There, the GitHub page. So it was nothing complicated. It's GCC, file name that I don't remember, and I can't arrow, so I'll have to copy just the right thing. GCC get. Well, what if I left that in there? Oh, it would have been kind of... Oops. Output file OFS. Because that's was called OFS.c from the start. Yeah, then we just run it. So we're root now. So it worked very nicely and smoothly, and I guess that's good, because we don't want a kernel exploit that doesn't work good. So where are our questions here? Finally use appropriate kernel. So we actually searched for it in the last task. Complete. What was the hint? You found in the previous task, yeah. What is the content? Let's look at the... Let's see if it's in root. No. I'm confused here when I'm not. So, should we use find now? Because we were just practicing find, right? Or reading about find. We know that the file is called flag1.txt, and we just made notes on find here. So we have lots of notes. These I cut from my own stuff, and this was, I'm sure they were just searching for flag 1 in home. So this is the same room, not the same task. So we can always start with searching in home, even though this is like a root flag. It usually isn't there. We can search all over the place, right? Right, and if I want to change it, I'll have to actually do it before. Let's start with the home, because of this. So we found it. Let's just see how long it would take if we were to just do all the files on this one. So this is the worst SSH I've ever had. SSH shell. So it was just as quick. This must be a very basic box. So let's cat, and I'm going to copy this because of pure sweatiness. So that was an odd one. Never seen that kind of format for a flag, but maybe this is because it's this learning room. So that one. So let's close these, because now we have used that one. So sudo time. So, how is everything, potatoes? Is it good? So, as you asked there, we started with this SSH. It was only a very, very bad shell. So it almost looked like it was something else in SSH. Priviledge escalation sudo. We need to stop the other machine. Let's do this at once. So
I actually have not used TryHackMe before, but I always recommend it to people.
Ah, okay, you never used it. Yeah, so this was like, I have not seen a message like this for a long time. I wonder, I should have looked more there. That machine. I guess it's the same one again, though. It's just for the new task. Oh, nice one. So, I'm going to switch ears because these kind of, you know, when I have them for hours and hours, I'm starting to feel, after a few days, I've been streaming for too much, I guess, these last days. But it's fun, you know, when I've been working on my CV, and now I'm studying, so it's not the same thing. The sudo command by default allows you to run a program with root privileges. Under some conditions, system administrators might need to give regular users some flexibility on their privileges. For example, a junior SOC analyst may need to use Nmap regularly, but would not
Are
be
you
cleared.
going to try change into cybersecurity role?
Yeah, exactly. But it would not be cleared for full root access. In this situation, the system administrator can allow this user to run only Nmap with root privileges, while keeping its regular privilege level throughout the rest of the system. So you can connect on LinkedIn. Maybe I should have my LinkedIn link on Twitch. Maybe I should, because you're welcome to connect. So let's see. We can go to one of these. We can just add it, because I worked on it on stream a few days ago. Made a new CV. So I'm going to start. I worked on it on stream. Double audio. So these links, you know. But I think I have to click on about to actually get the link here to update these. Or did I have it before? Maybe. So I can only have 5 social links. Okay, so I'll have to remove one then. We can just have it anyway. So if you want, you can just have my LinkedIn. So let's actually start printing the other one too, of course. So let's go to my profile here, and I'll just copy this URL. It's not very complicated. It's my name, and also if you join my Discord, that's my name, you know. So welcome to Connect, everybody.
Fixit says. Web link.
Web link. I was waiting for that. So, oh my god, it itches from the audio thingy. I can't even say that, you know. So, what I'm thinking is, it's 2025. Time flies when you have fun. And I'm not as tired anymore, but I do need to eat dinner, and I need to try and get that window fixed before it's like 22 or something. You don't want to disturb the neighbors with shooting this nail thingies into the wood to make a pollen filter window when it's too late, and maybe this is starting to get a bit later. So maybe we should start with sudo tomorrow, and I should actually raid someone now. So I think actually Yeah, I got the connection request there. Was it you?
Potatops says,
Potatoes? Yeah.
"Yay, I fully understand and agree, D."
So let's see here. LinkedIn there. Right. So was that you that sent that one? Right? Potatoes? Was that you? Cool. Cool. Have it up there. I accepted. So I will continue tomorrow. So let's
It was
find
me Smile.
someone.
You can try for the company I'm in, but we are still escaping from the startup stage and we haven't hired outside of Ireland yet.
Okay.
Smile.
Okay. I have lived in Ireland. Does it help? Yeah. So I'd love to find something cool. Yeah. So if you want to look at my profile, you know, I haven't updated though. I updated my CV, but I haven't pushed the information back to
The CEO
there.
is a very close friend, so I've been with him now for 7 years.
Cool. Nice. So what I haven't done is update, and it's in Swedish too, I think. Yeah, right. So I'll just update this from what I had, and I'll just because there's more text here also. You know, it's a bit long for a CV, I think. But still, I think that the text I made now is more reasonable, and I don't know. Maybe you should have more on LinkedIn. Maybe you should have just a tiny bit. So the CV I made was very short, so I could just send it to you too if you want to. Right. Well, let's see if we can find someone here. So, is there anyone in InfoSec streams? A Spanish one, and I don't know Spanish. If I knew, I might raid, but if you don't understand the thing, you know, it's kind of hard. So we have JD. We could also look at more, of course, here. So okay, more. Any suggestions, people? Do you have anyone? I have lots of music, because I've been raided there by music streamers. Let's raid JD, right? He needs a raid. He always needs a raid. Everybody always needs a raid. So, this is a nice guy who's doing a... Right now he's doing this, but he's... I think he was looking for a new job too. So, you know, we always wanna support a bit. I don't know if he's gotten a new one. I'll have to ask him. Let's start the raid because it takes a few minutes. Maybe. Is it like 1.5 minutes or something? Right? So we let's... He also has a drop thing. Send some raid messages. Do a few drops too, you know, into the thingy. Drop. Try to hit the... What is it? Like a trampoline or something? Usually. So, thank you everybody for being here, and I hope you will join me tomorrow again, or another day, and that you had a fun, because I have, even if it was like a very odd stream, and this is my first stream where I'm on YouTube too, so I have to
Thanks
remember,
for streaming.
YouTube
Was a
can't
pleasure
raid.
to see. Smile.
Thank you. So I'm going to send to YouTube's chat. Can I have time for that? Can I have time to actually... Yeah. So for YouTube chat, it says 2 watching. One of them is probably me, but I'm sending the link here. This is the link for the person we're raiding on Twitch. So you're welcome to join us there if you've been watching on YouTube. You're just welcome to join the Twitch channel, of course. So we're raiding out. So bye bye bye. Thank you very much. Don't forget to type some raid message or something. Say hi.
Open the recent freeze here. Ooh.
Hey, insert raiding streamer's name here. Thank you for the raid. How did insert last activity here go? Now, let's rock.
Raiders, 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 taking a step just got some raiders. Raiders, taking a step just got some raiders. You raided me, thank you. You raided me, thank you. Raiders, 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 taking a step just got some raiders.
Welcome in, raiders. Welcome in. Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. How was your stream? What is up? What's going on?